Alright, so is 76 Grand Cross back? We can't lie and say this past few months on Grand Cross might be the worst ever in history, mainly because who would have thought not getting 76 characters in my 76 game would actually be a bad thing. Now granted, this is not a hate video towards OCs, I like them, but there has to be a balance. In the span of 4 months, getting 3 characters from 76, 2 of them being step-ups, would have naturally means they're kind of bad, and then given all the broken kits towards like Demiurge, Thor, Boulder, Subnac a little bit, you know, there has to be a limit. Like, I don't mind OCs. We have to live with the fact that they are in the game. You know, have a balance a little bit where, to be fair, there shouldn't even be a balance, but at this point, have a balance. But if you lot watch this channel, you lot probably know I really like Fortnite's Apocalypse. I've been reading it weekly ever since it started coming out, basically. And I've actually just finished watching season 1 of the anime in preparation for season 2. I mean, I already read the manga, so I didn't need to actually watch it. I saw clips online. But to do a quick anime review, it was pretty good, actually. I didn't mind it. Like, the animation was actually pretty solid to where I'd like to think if someone was to watch it, they wouldn't drop it because of the bad animation, like how season 3 onwards of 76 actually was. But the only bad thing I have towards Fortnite Apocalypse anime is that there is no, like, crazy animated fight scene. Like, it is just all standard to where, like, it's watchable and doable. But hopefully, with the fact that it ended off right before the Arthur fight in Leonis, maybe they're cooking for season 2. And I actually think an anime came out recently saying that fans of Fortnite Apocalypse 76 should be happy with season 2 because they cooked. So we'll have to wait and see. But recently we made a discovery, and if you don't know by now, but we always get a festival or collaboration at the end of every month. So we are due a festival right now. And we just found out that they're apparently going to be starting to add Fortnite's other Apocalypse packs towards the game. Conveniently at the right time, we're going to be getting a festival character. So now people are speculating, are we actually going to be getting a Fortnite's Apocalypse Festival character? And even the JP players have come out speculating the same thing. And we've gotten some hints towards 76 leaks kind of confirming that, yes, we are probably going to be getting a Fortnite's Festival character. And actually confirming probably that it's not going to be Lancelot. And it's quite fitting because they just posted some dev notes recently. And dev notes, they always kind of talk about things coming towards the game somewhat soon. Sometimes, right? Sometimes they just don't even add it towards the game. But he did say we're going to be getting a Percival minigame. That's going to be like a permanent thing, I think, in the game. Something new that we should be excited about a little bit. And honestly, after the minigames they've added on towards Idle Adventure, honestly, they've been cooking with the minigames a little bit. So it does look like we're going to be finally getting chapter 1 of Fortnite Apocalypse, which is technically episode 2 of the actual anime. And it should be featuring, hopefully, a Fortnite's Festival character. Still possible that we could be getting a story chapter for Fortnite Apocalypse, and instead also getting a 76 Festival character. Maybe they've been doing what I've been thinking they were going to do next, and we'll have to wait and see about it. But I always thought we were going to be getting from Mom and Mael this year at one point. And who knows? Maybe they can still do a character while also releasing a Fortnite chapter, because, well, they got to release that at some point. They need to start breezing through it a little bit. Okay, so start off with festival characters. Now, remember, this is very early in the Fortnite story mode, or story in itself. So there's not only, like, standout characters that, like, really deserve it, but after getting Thor and Subnac as festivals, then, I mean, even Ruin deserves a festival at this point, right? But Ironside, he is a pretty important character of the story mode, and we've actually gotten his animations in game, were actually very cool. Always possible he could be a festival character. Looking at his animations in story mode, it doesn't stand out like he's going to be a festival character. But then again, neither did Esther. No, he did actually. But Esterosa had his animations updated. His actual AoE skill was actually AoE, but then he nerfed it towards single target because AoE Esterosa be too broken. Amiel, who also appeared in story mode first, also had his animations changed where he got that new AoE skill, which he didn't previously have in the actual story mode. So it's very possible that Ironside could get like an updated animations to kind of fit what he does later on, like episode 6. The next character to make an appearance is going to be Donnie. And actually, once again, the main Percival squad are actually really cool characters. I really do like them. And Donnie, once again, does he deserve to be a festival? Probably not. If we're going to be getting standard Percival and you're getting festival Donnie, you know, it doesn't make sense, right? So I don't really see Donnie being a festival character, but I thought I'd mention him anyway. And also make an appearance in this chapter, and honestly, might be the festival character is Pellegard, which is, I think, fitting. Now, if you haven't actually watched the anime or even read the manga, you might not think this guy's a cool character or deserving of a festival character, but he might be probably one of the most important villains outside of, obviously, Arthur a little bit, because he has a lot of screen time. Kind of like the Vegeta of the anime in a way, where like he's bad, but also kind of good in a way. If you've watched the anime or like read it, you kind of know what I mean, right? But like, such a massive importance in terms of the story in all the Full Apocalypse so far in the, I guess, in season 1 as well. In terms of power wise, he's very much similar towards like Tyr, to like animations, you know, Prio, the fire ability. Like honestly, they could have released this kit for you know, Tyr's kit for Pellegard, and he would actually be a pretty good character. I mean, obviously, probably update his stats a little bit, maybe change some values a little bit, but I think most of us agreed at the time that Tyr was kind of a festival level character. But yeah, honestly, we very much like it. His armor could be very cool into like upgrading it with like actual cosmetics. It would be very cool if we could take his armor off and see what he looks like underneath the armor, like you can in obviously the later Leonis arc. And yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. I actually don't mind this character being a festival character. And to be honest, if you like, he's probably my pick for what I think to be coming. So we'll have to wait and see. The next character is Percival. Yeah, I mean, he actually gets his powers to awaken a little bit in, obviously, episode or chapter 1. And while it may be a bit too early, and they'll probably save that towards, like, chapter 5 a little bit when we get the Einstein fight, and he fully awakens his powers, where you get to see his actual, you know, will be his festival character. He will be him standing there with his massive cloak being, like, wings. He's got the aura, he's got the little mini Percivals, and this will be a festival character, but probably... I can see it being like the global Annie. I mean, I don't think this story chapter is going to get this far, but Nassian's being an actual festival character, once again, don't see happening, but hey, you know what? Actually, I can't spoil it. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. Arn is probably not going to be a festival character. I mean, a little bit further away, right? She gets introduced during the little Ironside versus Percival fight, which is probably when we probably get that Percival, like I mentioned early on, right? But yeah, I want to mention a little bit because I think she could have like a unity in the game because she's able to tell people a line, and if they lie to her, she's able to like freeze them a little bit. The only way I can see him doing that in game is like, yeah, giving him like a grace, which obviously wouldn't be a grace, it'd be like a unity basically. I want to mention it anyway because why not? But Gopher, honestly, my favorite iteration of Gopher. Never really liked him too much in the story mode, maybe because it was always the outfit and I never really liked him. But in Four Knights, in the anime that he's shown up in, obviously, the first character kind of showed up early on a little bit, but this new actual design is probably my favorite of Gopher, and I liked him in this arc. It was very emotional a little bit, probably my favorite part about Gopher so far. And yeah, would love his festival in game, which to be fair might already be in game. If you don't know, his actual big move he uses in Full Apocalypse is not the same as Grand Cross, but like they clearly took that from Four Knights. And of course the big one, Lancelot, he is probably the Escanor of the series in a way. I mean, technically speaking, Gawain's the Escanor of the series because they literally have the same power. But in terms of like the big bad, the strong character, the one that has like the cool moments a little bit, and you'll see that in episode 1. He's yeah, just insanely broken. It's actually crazy, and I can't imagine it being in game. Like, I know what's gonna happen at one point in the future, but it's give me a special moment. But unfortunately, for the looks of it, obviously, Series Leaks did kind of hint, not confirm, but hint that it's probably not going to be Lancelot. And he's a character I thought would probably be one of the first festivals in Four Knights. Then obviously, if we are going to be getting Lancelot, then that does follow up with the next two characters, that being obviously Tristan, which is going to be a very cool character. I can't wait to see how he plays in game, because he does have two forms. He has his goddess form, which is just his base form, the one you can see on screen now a little bit, but then obviously he has his demon mode, which yeah, very unique character. Obviously he will be unknown, which is kind of funny because we'll probably have a full demon team that will be full unknowns. And I will say, this is meant to be his race. He's actually meant to be unknown because they revealed his race to be a Nephelm. I can't pronounce it like properly, but they have revealed his race. He's not a demon or a goddess. He's his own thing. However, very much like Demiurge, he'll be unknown, but would work with demons. I mean, kind of like how Tristan is right now, right? Where he doesn't count as a demon or goddess, but he works with them, right? He will work with demons. And I do think it'd be kind of cool a little bit because in his actual like, goddess form, like his normal form, standard form, right? He would have like, he'll work with obviously goddesses, and then when we get his demon one, then he can work with demons, and he can like switch the roles a little bit, where like, and they both work in the meta, depending how close they release a little bit. But yeah, very much looking forward to what's Tristan gonna have the more unique way, or if they even want to, be probably a bit too much, but like if you have him on a demon team, then he does something different. Like, you know, you get the gimmick, right? That'd be kind of cool. The next one is Gawain, and I hope this character is a festival character. I mean, I think all the Four Knights should be festival characters, to be honest with you lot, but in terms of like Gawain, this is the only time you ever see her, one, in her green outfit, which is my favorite outfit of her, and also in this form. Afterwards, she goes towards her small form, which she stays like that for a very, very long time. And to be fair, that should be probably another festival character in and of itself. But yeah, since Tristan, Lancelot, and also Gawain get revealed very, very close to each other in terms of like actual story mode, they probably should and will release characters a little bit earlier than what they should. Like I said, we'll probably like, you know, Lancelot a few chapters before he actually appears, and then we get Tristan before he appears, and then maybe when Gawain actually appears a little bit, then we'll get her, plus also as well, to add to it. It'd be pretty cool if you could like wear her armor, because you never actually see her wear the armor in the story mode. not gonna happen this time, but, you know, who knows? Maybe end of year. Probably not. Maybe next year. But King Meliodas, this is gonna be an insane character because he has all the powers, has a full counter. This might finally be the full counter melee we've been waiting for since the launch of the game. That's actually an SSR rarity, or I guess UR rarity when the festival was, right? But yeah, probably not going to come. I don't imagine he's going to come this year because I feel like we still need to get the actual Tyrant Nemesis killer, you know, Meliodas, where he does the combo attack with all the sins and be in assault mode melee, which I think would be pretty cool for the end of the year. So yeah, guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Definitely leaning more towards Pellegard in terms of like a festival character if they are from Full Apocalypse, but like I did say, it's also very possible that the next festival character is just from 7 Days Sins and a character that we kind of need from the story mode already, like obviously like I mentioned, you know, 4 Command Mayo. Maybe they even go back and do the Endurers a little bit. There's still a few characters from 70 Sins that we can still get as festival characters. And then I guess the part 2s towards the festivals, like how Percival was towards Escanor, will be the actual, you know, 4 Knights banners. But I hope they do a lot more because like I said, there are like a few characters from the story mode that like deserve, I forgot the name, right, but like the squad where they reverse Lancelot, like those are like cool designs and cool characters I would love to see in game. But who knows if they come to the game. So guys, thank you for watching. Let me know who you think is going to be, and yeah.